Hi guys, today we're bringing you some very actionable and time-sensitive information regarding Eclipse, as well as an overview of what's been going on in mental ecosystem, in even some a little more risky, a little more degen plays near the end of the video, and even two testnets. So a little bit of everything. Let's get started. Starting with Eclipse, which is a Solana virtual machine, which is trying to basically bridge the best of two worlds of Solana and Ethereum, security and speed. And why should you even care? Well, from the tech standpoint, sure, but more importantly, we're all here for the gains. And the Laika meme coin launch on Eclipse was actually performing incredibly well. And people who got in on the early validator NFT are sitting on huge gains, something like $500, $600 for every validator NFT. But even if you've been doing some transactions on Eclipse or even just bridged to Eclipse, you have also received some tokens which have really nicely appreciated in value. The time sensitive part is this TETH, which is basically Turbo ETH, basically a liquid restaking token on Eclipse that you can bridge using Hyperlane. So you're handling both Hyperlane and potentially Eclipse in its early stages of development. Of course, if you're interested in more technical aspects, I will leave the article in the first link of the description of the video. Everything we always talk about is in the first link of the description of every video. If you're going to be bridging, you will need some liquid restaking tokens such as Ether, Renzo, Swell, or others, and you're going to be using the bridge, unfortunately only available from Ethereum mainnet as of now, so try to catch maybe a lower weekend GUI or something like that. Also, if you're going to be doing some stuff on Eclipse, you will need some funds on the network as well. And at the moment, the only way to bridge in is also from Ethereum mainnet, and you're going to be needing a Solana wallet. Now, Eclipse is not still compatible with Ledger, so keep that in mind. Don't use Solana Ledger wallet on Eclipse because that might not be the best option right now, but definitely you can use some DeFi applications on Eclipse already once you bridge your funds. And the first one of them that has integrated with Eclipse was actually Orca only last week, and you can already provide liquidity in some very decent LP pairs, offering about 100 to 150% APR as of today. Just keep in mind that if you're going to be using a wallet for Eclipse, you cannot use Phantom. The recommended wallets are actually Backpack, Nightly, and Salmon. Those are actually the only available at the moment. And of course, personally, I've been using Backpack for almost a year now. It is my preferred Solana wallet. And if you still haven't used it, this is exactly the reason why you should. Not only do they have sometimes partnerships offering you 5 to 10% extra simply for using them as a wallet, but also they are usually the first to integrate with these new hot stuff on the block, so Eclipse being included. Now let's go really quickly through some token claims. We have Swell network on November 7th, and hopefully this is going to be the last delay of token launch. Personally, I've already removed all of my assets from Swell and migrated to potentially better opportunities such as potentially Turbo ETH on Eclipse, but everybody has to make their own strategy and stick with it. Now, regarding some other redistributions, we have Orderly. Now, Orderly wasn't particularly great airdrop either, but if you have been trading between epochs 1 and 4, then you are eligible for some redistribution rewards. Regarding PerpDex airdrops in general, those have been slightly underwhelming. I don't want to name any names, but there has been maybe one that Santiago has covered actually just a couple of days ago that might actually be worth our time. This is the video that I'm talking about. If you haven't checked it out, it's probably going to be a hit and miss, but hopefully more of a hit than a miss. Another one that we are maybe looking forward to is November 21st for Rage Trade, when we're going to be receiving our Rage allocations from farming on their platform. If you've been maybe using Rage Trade to do a 2-in-1 with Hyperliquid or Rhea, then maybe there is some reason to still stick with this one. Finally, we've been made aware that there has been a niche eligibility criteria for Kroma. If you've been delegating Optimism tokens, then you might be eligible for some rewards. Unfortunately, it's not really a lot because people who have delegated between July 2023 and the September 2024 have received only 100 tokens, and currently they are worth, well, let's just call it a bit of an ice cream airdrop as well. But again, it is very easy to get discouraged in this space, but you need to remember that this is a very hit and miss space. Sometimes you get a couple $1,000, sometimes you get a couple dollars, but in the long run, it is all very worth it. And the reason why we've believed so is because we've been having really, really good results over the last year and a half. We've created a Discord where we discuss all these strategies in real time. And if you want to take airdrop seriously, I highly recommend you join a private community of people who really know what they're doing. Now, of course, this particular information was not very profitable, but other ones such as SUI stuff or even Bitcoin stuff, all of the airdrops that we talk about on a daily basis, those can really print. If you're interested in these things, make sure to check out the subscriptions page, which will be in the video, of course, in the description of the video. And here you will also see something that we've developed with Chris, which is a 10% a month passive income NFT that you can generate for yourself through simply buying the NFT on OpenSea. Payments are happening at the start of every month, and actually today should be the payment for everyone who bought the NFT in September and parts of October, if you're super lucky to be in the early stages of the month. Let's see what's cooking in the MATLAB. If you've been participating in the ultimate trilemma and burnt your puff for Cook, then at that time it was not the best decision, considering that the value of Cook compared to Puff was around 50%. But at the latest development, the token itself has been going on a tear today, up 40%. Originally, I thought it was some kind of centralized exchange listing, but we don't have Binance or Coinbase yet, so we will see what the future brings. At the end of the day, even if the burning itself wasn't particularly amazing, at least we have an opportunity to stake our NFT, our Dragon NFT in the Puff Dragon staking. And here you will be receiving for a classic NFT, you're getting 4K Puff tokens, which at current prices is just around $100. And if you have the legendary one for 50K, that's worth about 1,300 at current prices. Hopefully the Cook token appreciates as well, because there's multiple seasons of Metamorphosis, Fermental, and many others. But most importantly, what should you do now? Well, everybody makes their own strategy, but personally, I have sold half of what I've put in originally at a small loss, and we will see what the future brings. After all, Mantle, Bybit, those are the leading centralized exchanges, and a layer 2 maybe in the making, so there's no reason not to be optimistic for the future. So in short, if you have this Puff the Dragon NFT, make sure to stake it, because if not, you might be missing out on a very nice price appreciation, potentially of Cook token in the future. Now, let's really quickly go through this really niche airdrop opportunity from a couple months ago. We were talking about Eldorado Markets, which was basically a cross-chain DEX built on Thor's chain. And this one, I was really worried for a second, because I couldn't find it on Twitter originally. But in fact, they have actually rebranded into something called Eldorito. And no, this is not a joke. This is actually a more meme-esque kind of UI. And everything's actually working as expected. They have only migrated to a different kind of interface. All my assets are still here, and I've been talking with the team, but at the moment there are no news and updates regarding if we're going to even get anything for activity on chain. They have launched a token. It's called Eldorito meme coin, and at the moment you can also participate in these vaults. They're offering some pretty decent APRs, but yeah, until we hear further updates regarding if there's going to be any planned utility or potentially some kind of rewards for using the platform, that is it. Now, for the meme coin enthusiasts, we have something that we've been waiting for on Sui for a while. Hop Aggregator has launched its hop.fun, and you can gamble away on Sui blockchain if you want to launch a token yourself, if you want to participate in some hot launches. Keep in mind that there needs to be at least $69,000 in liquidity for this to be valid. So at least that is some very small amount of rug proofness. That's a word. But yeah, in short, if you like meme coins on Sui, if you want to build some volume, maybe take some risks, then this is the platform for you. And moving into some testnet news, Nilion has raised another 25 million. So I'm really happy about this, because I'm really not big on testnets, but this is very bullish, and potentially those nil pills from a couple months ago might actually be worth something. And the other one is Abstract Chain. If you wish to participate, there are two ways. You can either leave an email and confirm it to receive a special surprise according to them. And alternatively, you can also play around with the testnet. You will need to go in their documentation and either add manually or simply press this button once your wallet is connected. And you can bridge assets, testnet assets. You can use the faucet functionality and just explore in the early stages. And let's wrap up with some really shocking news from Farcaster. Apparently, their company revenue is down 96% from the February peak, considering the company is valued at around $1 billion and they've raised 150 million. Then this is really shocking news. But if you believe that decentralized Twitter, decentralized X has future, maybe this is the time that you can take a look at their unofficial token. Their token is DGen, and it's been used for tipping on the platform. It's been used for many activities, social activities over there. However, it is seemingly showing some signs of life far, far away from its all-time highs back in February, April, and March. And that's a wrap for all the topics for today. If you like the content, we would appreciate liking and subscribing with bell notifications on. If you're serious about crypto and you want to make the most out of your DeFi experience, we are waiting for you in our Discord. And as always, thanks for watching. Have an amazing day.